Okay, so Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah wahda, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da, amma ba'd, fassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
So Alhamdulillah, this is our seventh session. So we're done with the first six chapters of Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk, Kitab Al-Thani, Book 2. And we have activities and exercises, the important activities and exercises on that book from chapters 1 to chapter 1 to 1 to 6. So chapter 1, we have discussed taking care of health, al-inayatu bis-sihha. So we have learned some words and expressions related, words, phrases, and expressions related to health, taking care of health, and some of uh, sickness or diseases that the usual one. Then second chapter, we have discussed at-tarwih anin nafs, or relaxation of self, the importance of it, and what is considered as a relaxation, at-tarwih, and how Islam actually promotes tarwih that is, of course, beneficial. Then chapter 3, it discusses about marriage life. So this chapter discussed the Islamic point of view of choosing partner in life, and also other words, phrases, and expressions related to marriage. Then chapter 4, life in the city. So we have learned here uh, vocabulary, words, phrases, and expressions related to the life in the city, how it is compared to the life in the province, rural and urban, and also the problem that we can find in the city, from talawuth, pollution, izdiham, traffic or overpopulation, jarima, crimes, and many others. So that's the topic that have been discussed in chapter 4. Then in chapter 5, this chapter discussed regarding knowledge and learning, al-ilmu wa ta'allum. So it also compares the education from the past and from and the present, how it was only a privilege for the rich to go to school, and now, alhamdulillah, in our time, we have public schools. Then how also there are also texts or um, stories or passages relating the way of uh, learning from before and now, and how it is currently in our time. It is organized into levels, from kindergarten to kulliyah, to the university life. Then the last week we have uploaded the activities and assignments regarding occupations, al-mihna, al-mihan. So this chapter talks about different types of occupations and professions. So we have learned many words, phrases, and expressions related to it, and other things. So now, I think we will first discuss the vocabulary, the words, and the words that we have encountered in chapter 5 and 6. So later, I have already uploaded your short quiz. The short quiz covers chapters 5 and 6. So this is kind of a review, inshallah. Then later it will be very easy for you to answer the quiz. Okay, so here are the verbs that we have encountered in chapter 5. So again, the verbs written here in this is in our Google Classroom. You can actually download this. I hope you have downloaded this and you have benefited from this, because it will make it easy for you, or it will help you in reaching your vocabulary. So again, if the word noun or verb has been encountered in the previous chapters, it will not be repeated on this list. So if you have already, even if it has been used on that chapter, because it has already been listed and has been translated, so it will not be written. It will not be included in the list in this chapter 5. So these are basically, I think, the new verbs and nouns that you will encounter in that you have encountered in chapter 5 and chapter 6. Okay, so the format of this table, so chapter 5, so verbs. So these are the verbs. So the format is perfect tense. Perfect tense. Okay. So first is perfect tense or fi'al madi. Then mudari, imperfect tense. Again, perfect tense means the action was already perfected. Mudari, imperfect tense, the action was not yet perfected. So it is either currently being done or it will be done in the future. Then fi'al amr, imperative tense. Then masdar is the verbal noun or the gerund. So actually the masdar is the noun, that's the verbal noun. So on this side of the table, when you say masdar, these are not verbs. These are the nouns that is based on that verbs. Then tarjama is the translation. Okay. Okay, so here, qaddama yuqaddimu, qaddim taqdimun. To submit. What do we mean by submit here is to submit, to pass, no? To submit papers, not submit as in submission. So to submit, qaddama yuqaddimu, qaddim taqdimun. So excuse me. So to qaddama awraqahu. So this was discussed on one of the conversation, dialogue, about a newly graduate who wants to work. So he needs to submit his papers, application. Then qabila yaqbalu, iqbal qabulun. Qabul, actually this is not qubul. The much correct vowel here is fathah, qabulun. Qabul, to accept or acceptance. Qabila, he accepted. Yaqbalu, he accepts. Iqbal, iqbal, accept. Then qabul, acceptance. Ragiba fi, yarghabu, irghab, raghbatun. So ragiba, this verb, if you use a particular preposition, it changes the meaning. It becomes the opposite. So when you say ragiba fi, he likes, he wants, he loves. But if you use the an as your preposition, it will become, the meaning will be the opposite. Hate. It will mean hate. So arghabu fi, arghabu fi ad-dirasa. Arghabu fi arghabu fi ad-dirasa. So I want to study. I want to study. But when you say arghabu an ad-dirasa, so it means I hate. I don't like studying. So be very careful when using the appropriate preposition, if to express what you really want, when using this. Raghiba yarghabu, irghab raghbatun. Raghba is the love, the desire, raghba, your want. Iltahaqa, so usually it use after this verb, there's a preposition that comes after it. So be, iltahaqa yaltahiqu, iltahiq iltihaq. To join, to enroll. You can also use this when you want to enroll in a university. Sa altahiqu fi Jami'atil Philippine. Altahiq, iltahaqa yaltahiqu. Iltahiq. Wafaqa yuwafiqu, wafiq, muwafaqatun, or wifaqun. So wafaqa, to agree. He agreed. Wafaqa yuwafiqu, wafiq. Waffaqa yuwaffiqu, waffiq, tawfiqun, to grant success, or to grant, to grant. Waffaqa. That's why we have this dua, tawfiq. We ask Allah for tawfiq. Waffaqakumullah, may Allah grant you what you want or grant you success. Intashara yantashiru, intashir intisharan. So, intashara, to be widespread. Sha'a yashi'u, shuyu'un. So this one is synonymous to intashara. Sha'a and intashara are almost similar. Ta'iba yata'abu, ita'ab, ta'abun. To be exhausted, to be tired. Rakiba yarkabu, irkab, rukubun. To ride. Rakiba arkabu as-sayyarata. Rakiba Muhammadun al-hafilata. Muhammad rode a bus. Okay. So continuation in the verbs. Ta'akhara yata'akharu, ta'akhar, ta'akhurun. To fall behind, to be late, to fall behind, or to be, yes, here particularly what we mean here is to fall behind, to be left behind, to be late. Tarjama yutarjimu, tarjim, tarjamatun, to translate. Ta'athara yata'atharu, ta'athar, ta'athurun, to be affected. Anha yunhi, anhi, inhaun, to finish. Takawwana yatakawwanu, takawwan, takawwunun, to consist of. Yatakawwanu at-ta'am awil ashriba bihadhihi. So this is made up of or consist. So takawwana. So ito yung parang mga ingredients niya, mga kung anong made up of. What are the components? I think it's made up of. So tarawaha yatarawahu, tarawuh, tarawuhun. To range between. Hasala ala. So when you use this one, this preposition ala, hasala ala, to attain. Hasala ala, yahsulu ala, uhsul ala, husulun. So hasala yahsulu, uhsul, husulun. To attain, to achieve, to makamit. Ayun. Ashrafa yushrifu, ashrif, ishrafun. To supervise, to run, to monitor. That. Waffara yuwaffiru, waffir, tawfirun, to provide. Tawfir. Okay, now we will proceed with the nouns of chapter 5. So the format is that the the left side is, or this part is the translation, then singular, then plural. Okay. So reward, no? Ajrun, ujurun, alimun, ulama'u, umrun, no? Age, a'marun, waraqatun, awraqun, paper. Ta'limun, ta'alimu, tilmidun, talamidu, hadaratun, hadaratun, hadanatun, hadanatun, taqdirun, taqdiratun, halaqatun, halaqatun. So these are, you have just to be careful of the translation. Rawdatun, riyadun, or rawdatun. Sinnun, sununun. Fatratun, fataratun. Amidun, umada'u. Marhalatun, marahilu. So it can mean also level, stage. Ma'ahadun, ma'ahidu, institute. Fursatun, furasu. Shahadatun, shahadatun. Okay. So I hope that's clear. If you have any question on chapter 5, you may put it in the chat box. Now, we will proceed with chapter 6. Again, the topic on chapter 6 is about occupation. So these are the verbs that we have encountered in chapter 6. Okay. Tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, tafa'al, tafa'ulun, to be optimistic. Takharraja, yatakharraju, takharraj, takharrujun, to graduate. Amma, ya'ummu, umma, umumun, to be prevalent, to be widespread. To I think prevalent is the ano niya, mas, or to encompass, no? Encompass. Amma. Wajaba, yajibu, jib, wujubun. Wajaba, to be obligatory. Sahha, yasihhu, sihha, sihhatun, to be correct. Rabba, yurabbi, rabbi, tarbiyatun, to raise, to nurture, to discipline, to nurture. Adara, yudiru, adir, idaratan, to manage. That's why manager or director is, the word for it is mudirun, mudir. So this came from the verb adara, yudiru, adir, idaratan. Afsada, yufsidu, afsid, ifsadun, to corrupt, to spoil, to destroy. Aslaha, yuslihu, aslih, islahun, to rectify. Allahumma aslih lana dinana alladhi huwa ismatu amrina wa aslih lana dunyana allati fiha ma'ashuna wa aslih lana akhiratana allati ilaiha ma'aduna wa fiha ma'aduna. So aslih, rectify. Oh Allah, rectify our affairs, our dunya, our deen, our dunya, and our akhirah. Adda, yuaddi, addi, ta'diyatun, to lead, to, no? Kathratu al-jarima, kathratul jarimati adda ila dhahabi al-amni. So the instances, the many instances of crime, no, has led to the absence of peace. Okay. Tafakkaka, yatafakkaku, tafakkak, tafakkukun, to break up. Tafak. Da'a, yadi'u, di', diya'un, to be squandered, to be wasted, to be lost. Okay, حفظ يحفظ احفظ حفظ, to preserve, to save. Is also to memorize. It can also be used here. Ab'ada yub'idu, ab'id ib'adun, to guard against, to distance from. Khalata yukhalitu, khalit mukhalatatun, to mix, to mingle, to intermingle, to mix with. Ightaraba yaghtaribu, ightarib ightirabun, to migrate, to this can also mean to go abroad, from igtirab, actually from the word gharb, to west. Igtirab, going to the west. Igtirab. Sahiba yashabu, ishab sohbatun, to take along. So to take along. Sahiba, or to withdraw, to pull. Hafadha yuhafidhu, hafidh muhafadhatan, to preserve, to hafidhu ala salawati al-wusta. So hafidh, to preserve, to ano pa bang pwede niyang meaning? So to maintain, like that. Nadhafa yunadhifu, nadhif tanzifun, to clean. I'tamada ya'tamidu, i'tamid i'timadun, to rely, to depend on. Tasawwala yatasawwalu, tasawwal, tasawwulun, to beg. Ihtataba yahtatibu, ihtatib ihtitabun, to gather firewood. So this one is regarding the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-yadul ulya khairun min al-yadis sufla. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is an encouraged, or empowered people, and he discouraged begging. So that's why in one narration it was mentioned that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is much better to gather firewood than to beg. And one of the Sahaba, or person there, who a Sahaba who is a poor one, so he commanded him to gather firewood. He helped him buy an axe. Tasaddaqa, buying axe by selling an item from that person. And the amount after selling that item, so they bought a axe to be used in gathering firewood. Tasaddaqa yatasaddaqu, tasaddaq tasaddukun, to give charity. Tatahhara yatatahharu, tatahhurun, to purify oneself. Okay. Okay. Sallama yusallimu, sallim taslimun, to give, to submit, to hand over. Sallama. Amsaka yumsiku, amsik imsakun, to hold on, to hold. So amsaka, this is the opposite of sallama. Amsaka. So you hold it. You don't want to give it away. You hold on it. Dafa'a yadfa'u, idfa' daf'un, so to pay or to push. Mana'a yamna'u, imna' man'un, to prevent or to refuse. Then these are the nouns in chapter 6. A'rabiyun, a'rabun, so Bedouin. Sahibun, ashab, companions. Companion. Hukumatun, hukumatun, government. Khadimatun, khadimatun, house help. Khibratun, khibratun, experience. Ratibun, rawatibu, wage or salary. Salimun, salimuna, healthy and safe, sound. Ni'matun, ni'amun, or an'umun, blessing. muqabalatun, muqabalatun, interview, syartun, syurutun, condition, watanun, autanun, home, country, fariqun, firaqun, group, team, musa'adatun, musa'adatun, help, majalun, majalatun, sector, mutafailun, mutafailun, optimistic, muddatun, mudadun, time or duration, mukhtalifatun, mukhtalifatun, different, wadhifatun, wadhaifu, profession or job. Okay, so that's it for chapter 5 and chapter 6. I hope that's clear. Now, we will proceed with the grammar observation in chapter 5 and chapter 6. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So, mulahadatun nahwiyah, grammar observation. Min jawazimil mudari'. Min jawazimil mudari'. So, among the jussive tools of jazm of mudari'. Mudari' again is the imperfect tense of the verb. So unlike nouns, no, verbs, unlike nouns, accept sukun as its ending sign. Uh, uh, um, a a verb, no, particularly the imperative, or rather the imperfect tense of the verb, accepts or can have a jussive case. So we have three cases, no? Three cases, or rather 4 cases in total. So we have 3 cases in the grammar. No? In noun, we have the what we call nominative case. Then we have the accusative case. Then we have the genitive case. So this is what we call the accusative nominative case is marfu'un. Then the accusative case is the mansubun. Then the genitive case is majrurun, majrur. This is when this is for nouns. So these 3 cases indicates what's the function of the function of the noun in a sentence. But verbs, no, unlike nouns, have different cases. So it also have a nominative case. Nominative case. So usually when we say nominative case, it ends with the sign of marfu. So sign of marfu are the basic or the primary sign is dhamma. So if a noun ends without dhamma, it's in nominative case. So likewise in verb. So we also have accusative case. So nouns can end with fatha. Then lastly, jussive case. This one, majzum. So in English grammar, they don't have jussive case. This is actually was used by some authors to create a term, no, for a case where a word ends with a sukun, when a verb is ending with sukun. So unlike in English grammar, they only use usually these 3 cases: nominative, accusative, and genitive case. So knowing the cases, meaning if you know this, you will also know what is the proper or appropriate ending vowel, ending sign that you will use for that particular word, either noun or verb. So here, on this topic, min jawazimil mudari, so among the tools of jussive case, majzum, so meaning these are the tools, these are the particles that when they enter, when they precede a verb, an imperfect tense of the verb, they become what we call, they will end with a sukun. Okay, so let us read. يجزم الفعل المضارع إذا سبقته أداة من أدوات الجزم. So the imperfect tense of the verb becomes jussive case when it is preceded by a tool, by a particle among the particles of jazm. No? Mithlo lam and nafia. So like lam and nafia. So this is the negative lam, wala and nahia, and the forbidding la. ومن علامات ومن علامات جزم المضارع السكون, and among the sign of the jussive case of the imperfect tense of the verb is sukun. It will end with a sukun. Maybe we'll have a much more we will learn, or we will have more appreciation if we read the observation. No? Udros walahid, study and observe. So here, lam ajidka. So ajidka, this one, ajiduka. The verb here, so ajidu. So ajiduka, I found you. Ajiduka, I find you. So ajiduka. Jidu. So ajidu. The verb here, the imperfect tense of the verb here is ajidu. Ka is a pronoun. So ka is pronoun. So when this verb ajiduka was preceded by lam, the imperfect tense of the verb became sukun, or the dhamma became sukun, and it becomes lam ajidka. Lam ajidka, I did not find you. So ajiduka, hal ajiduka hunak, will I find you there? So yun ang ibig sabihin ng ajiduka. Hal ajiduka fi fil jami'ah, hal ajiduka fi baitika, will I find you in your can I find you, or will I see you, will I find you in your house? So lam ajidka, I did not find you. So another effect when on the verb, in the imperfect tense of the verb, when you use this particle lam, it makes the imperfect tense of the verb perfect. It becomes past tense. So instead of present tense, it makes the verb past tense. Here, example, without the lam. If you read this, yuqaddimu awraqahu. He submits, or he is submitting his paper. But when it is preceded by lam, it becomes he did not submit his paper. Lam yuqaddim awraqahu. So yuqaddimu awraqahu, he submits his paper. He is submitting his paper. But if you use lam in this imperfect tense of the verb, in this mudari, Lam yuqaddim. So yuqaddimu becomes yuqaddim, becomes sukun. Awraqahu. So he did not. So naging past, no? He did not submit his papers. Yumarisu Sa'idun ar-riyadata. Sa'id is doing sports or exercising, no? Practicing sports. But if you add lam, no? Lam yumaris Sa'idun ar-riyadata. Sa'id did not do exercise, did not practice sports. So, lam tatanawal Zainabu ad-dawa'ah. Tatanawal, Zainab did not take medicine. The medicine, did not drink the medicine. Lam yanqus waznuha. Her weight did not decrease. So this one, la. So la, the forbidding la, particularly the forbidding la, it makes the imperfect tense of the verb into imperative. Imperative, but it is commanding or it is forbidding you. No? It is commanding you to leave something, to abstain from something. So here, ta'kulu al-khubz al-abiyad. No? You are eating or you eat white bread. So when you use la on here, la ta'kul. So you can only use for the forbidding la, the la an-nahiya, when you are talking to someone. You want to forbid someone. So second person. That's why it always starts with ta. La ta'kul al-khubz al-abyada. Don't eat white bread. So here, it is not actually kasrah. Again, this is sukun. This is sukun. All of this is sukun. But why do we see kasrah here? So this is on the reading rules, not on the grammar rules. So this is on the reading rules that when two sukuns meet, iltiqa'u sakinain. When two sukuns meet, the first sukun gives way. This is to facilitate reading. So you either read this la ta'kul al-khubz al-abyad. So if you want to stop there, because it's a sukun. But you also have the option to facilitate the reading, to make your reading smoother, and you can continuously. So the first sukun gives way, and usually it adapts kasra. So la ta'kulil khubza al-abyad. La ta'kulil khubza al-abyad. So you have la ta'kul al-khubz al-abyad. La ta'kul al-khubz al-abyad. So again, the case here is not genitive, it's a jussive, it's sukun. This one too. La tashrabil haliba. Don't drink the milk. La tabta'idil yawma an akhika. Don't go far away from your brother. La tatanawalid dawa'a kathiran. Don't drink too much medicine. La tusafiril yawma. Don't travel today. Okay, I hope that's clear. Don't be confused why we see kasra here. This kasra, as we have said, this is only for the sake of facilitating the reading, to read it smoother, much more smoother. Okay, that's clear. So that's lam and la. These are the two tools. These are the two particles that when they precede an imperfect tense of the verb, the imperfect tense of the verb becomes majzum, becomes jussive case. They will end with a sukun. Okay, so these are the example, rather exercises. Adkhil lam ala al-af'al at-taliya wa dhabitha bi-shaql. So add lam to the verbs, following verbs, then change the vowel, voweling niya. So dito naman sa kabila, la'an nahiya. So use the la'an nahiya on the following verbs, then change what is needed to be changed in the vowel, in the voweling, the harakat, the diacritical signs or diacritical marks. Okay, I hope that's clear. Next topic, mulahadhatun nahwiya, grammar observation. المضاف والمضاف إليه. المضاف والمضاف إليه. So this in English, according to the authors, no, who have written about Arabic language in English using English, no. So al-mudaf wal-mudaf ilayhi is called or idafa in short. They are this is translated into annexation. So you annex one word to the other. So siguro parang compound word siya. So there are two words, you connect them, you annex one to the other. So the rule here, when two words are annexed to one another, so yudaful ismu ila ismin akhar. A noun, so noun lang, noun is annexed to another noun, fayasirani kasyay'il wahid, and they become just like one thing. Parang compound word nga. Wa yusamma al-awwalu mudafan, and the first noun is called mudaf. Wa yusamma thani mudafan ilayhi, and the second noun is called mudaf ilayhi. Wal mudafu ilayhi majrurun daiman. And the mudaf ilayhi, the second word, yung sinandalan, dalawang word, pinagsandal mo yung sinandalan, yung second word is always majrur. Majrur again is genitive case. So it usually ends with kasra. So it's the critical sign is kasra. I hope that's clear. So these are the examples. Udros walahid, study and observe. Furasu at ta'limi. So furas was annexed to at-ta'lim. Opportunities, education. Opportunities of education kathiraton is plenty. So furasut ta'limi kathiratun. Yaltahiqu abna'ul aghniyai. Abna'ul aghniya. Abna'ul aghniyai. Bil madarisi. So, yaltahiqu, the children of the rich enrolls in the schools. Abna'ul agniya. Adadut tullabi kathiron. So adad was annexed to at-tullab. Number of students. So yung mudaf ilahi para naging off phrase siya, no? University of the Philippines. Jami'atul Philippine. Adadut tullabi. Number of students are plenty, many. Intasharat ta'limu fi kulli makanin. So this one, ang mudaf dito ay kulli, tapos makanin ang mudaf ilahi. Intasharat ta'limu, education became widespread fi kulli makanin, in all places. So yung kul dito, bakit siya kasra rin daw? Why is it does it also end with kasra? Because of fi. So as we have mentioned, fi is a preposition, and the prepositional object is always majrur, always majrur. So usually it ends with kasra. Tullabul ilmi, tullabu al-ilmi, yes, yusafiruna kathiran. So students of knowledge travels a lot. Tullabul ilmi. Safara Sa'idun li talabil ilmi. Sa'id traveled to seek knowledge. Li talabil ilmi. So talab was annexed to al-ilm. Li talabil ilmi. Ta'allamtu an tariqi syabakati dawliyah. Ta'allamtu an tariqi syabakati dawliyah. I learned through the internet. Through the internet. By way of internet. Ta'allamtu. So, ang tariq, this one is the mudaf. Then, ash-shabaka is the mudaf ilayhi. So, tariqi syabaka. Tariqi syabakati ad-dawliyati. Ad-dawliya is an adjective of shabaka. So it follows with its case. كان هدف الطالب العلم. كان هدف الطالب العلم. The goal of the student is knowledge. So hadaf is the mudaf, then at-talib is the mudaf ilayhi. هدف الطالب العلم. كان هدف الطالب العلم. The goal of the student was knowledge. طلب العلم فريضة. طلب العلم فريضة. So seeking knowledge is obligatory. So talab is annexed to al-ilm. Talabul ilmi. Abdullahi talibun. Abdullahi talibun. Abdullah is a student. So the name Abdullah is composed of two nouns, so two words. So it's a mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. Abdullahi, Abdullah. Okay, I hope that's clear. So these are just exercise silbain al-mudaf wal-mudaf ilayhi al-munasibain. So matching type, then use them, no? Yung mudaf itong sa first dito sa column na to, then mudaf ilayhi ito. So i-connect mo lang, then you use them in a sentence. Okay. Next topic, al-mufrad wal-muthanna wal-jama'. So if the nouns, no, nouns are classified in regards with its number into singular, dual, and plural. Unlike in English grammar, there's only singular and plural. But in Arabic, there is what we call dual. Means that it denotes two person, no? Two person. Or two things, the number two. No? Mufrad, no? Wa huwa ma dalla ala wahidin aw wahidatin. So mufrad, singular, is what indicates or what denotes one, masculine man yan or feminine. Then muthanna is what indicates two. Then jama' huwa ma dalla ala akthar min ithnain. So what is more than two is what we call the jama', the plural. Okay, al-mufrad. So some examples. Al-mufrad muslimun. Muslimun, muslimani, muslimuna. Yaumun, yaumani, ayyamun. Tabibatun, tabibatani, tabibatun. Jami'atun, jami'atani, jami'atun. So plural, if you may have observed, actually has two types. And that's what we call sound plural and broken plural. So sound plurals maintains or preserves the singular format. You just add a letter after it, a letter, two letters after it. So sound plural is also divided into sound masculine plural and sound feminine plural. Okay. Then broken plural doesn't have any format. No, when we say broken plural or jam'u taksir, it means that the singular form of the verb of the noun of the word, no, has not been preserved. So it may lack one letter or etc. So exercise hat al-muthanna thumma al-jama'. So give the dual and plural of the following words. So kalimatun, word. Kalimatani, kalimatun. Hadaratun, hadaratani, hadaratun. Madrasatun, madrasatani, madarisu. Baladun, baladani, buldano. Talibun, talibani, tullabun. Talibatun, talibatani, talibatun. Ibnun, ibnani, abna'u. Shahadatun, shahadatani, shahadatun. Okay, that's very easy. So next, these are the dama'irul rafa' al-munfasilah. al-muttasila rather. Damairu rafa al-muttasila. So we have discussed the 12 detached pronouns. So they are the personal pronouns. So now these are the nominative, attached nominative pronouns. So they, you can find them, no? Usually they are the nouns or the subject of the verb. They are the subject of the verb. They are the doer. So they are attached to a verb. So example here, ana. So it is to. Akaltu, hadartu, zahabtu. So to means I am. Ta means you, masculine. Hadarta, darasta, katabta, no? Akalta, dhahabta. So then ti, you, feminine. Anti, it means anti. Hadarti, darasti, katabti, akalti, numti. What else? So you just add, that's the doer of the action. Nahno. So nahno is a first person. And this one, two or more, uses this attached pronoun. Hadarna, we have attended. Darasna, we have studied. Katabna, we have written. So that's the meaning of the verbs. No? Hadara, darasa, at saka kataba. Hadara, so they have attended, the two of them attended. Darasa, they have studied. Kataba, they have written. So two yon, dalawa. Huma, then whom. Hadaru, they have attended, three or more. No? Darasu, they have studied. Katabu, they have written. Then hunna, these are feminine plural. They, feminine plural. Hadarna, darasna, katabna. They, female, three or more, attended, no, studied, and written the lesson. Example. Okay. Exercise. أسند الأفعال التالية إلى الضمائر كما في المثال. So connect or connect the following pronouns to the connect the verbs rather. Connect the following verbs to the pronouns, touch pronouns. Example, sami'a, sami'tu. Sami'a, he heard. Sami'tu, I heard. Sami'na, we heard. Sami'a, they heard, two of them. Sami'u, they heard, three of them. Sami'na, they heard, three of them, feminine. So you just add this attached nominative pronouns. الضمائر الرفع المتصلة. ضمائر الرفع المتصلة. كنس، كنست، كنسنا، كنس، كنسوا، كنسنا, and so on and so forth. Okay, I think this one is the we're in chapter 6 now. So chapter 6, Jam'ul Mu'annath as-Salim. So as I have said, nouns, when it comes to numbers, are divided into singular, plural, dual, and plural. Mufrad, Muthanna, and Jama'. And Jama' is divided into two, sound plural and broken plural. Sound plural is also again divided into two, sound masculine plural and sound feminine plural. So here our topic is sound feminine plural. Jam'ul mu'annath as-salim. Jam'ul mu'annath as-salim yakunu bi ziyadati alifin wa ta'in fi akhir al-mufrad. So the sound feminine plural is achieved or by adding alif and ta at the end of the singular form. Example, mufradun plus alif ta, mufradatun. Jam'ul mu'annath as-salim. Example here, sharikatun. So you just remove the ta marbuta. Sharikatun, sharikatun. Muqabalatun, muqabalatun. So again, when you see there's a ta marbuta, you just remove that, then you add alif and ta. Then you will achieve the sound feminine plural form of that particular word. So, kulliyatun, kulliyatun, mushkilatun, mushkilatun, and so on and so forth. So exercise here, you just change or transform these singulars into plural, sound feminine plural. Okay, next topic, ملاحظة نحوية الفعل اللازم والفعل المتعدي. So transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay. الفعل قسمان. The verb is also of two types. لازم وهو لا يحتاج إلى مفعول. So لازم is the verb that doesn't need a direct object. So ano ba yung hindi kailangan ng direct object? Yun ba yung intransitive? Then mutaaddi wa huwa yahtaju ila maf'ulin bihi. Then ang fi'l mutaaddi, siya naman yung verb na nangangailangan ng direct object ng object. Okay. Udros walahid, study and observe. So lazim, again lazim, it doesn't need any object. Yafrahu at-tullabu bin najahi. Yakhtalifu an-nasu fil jawabi. تجلس المرأة في بيتها لا يصح أن تجلس المرأة بلا عمل تخرج العاملة من بيتها ينام الطفل مبكرا. Okay. So ito naman yung mga example ng mga verb na kailangan may object. تغسل المرأة الملابس تعد زينب الطعام تنظف هدى البيت تربي الأم الأولاد. So mapapansin nyo lahat may object of the verb. Al-malabisa, yan yung so the woman or the lady is washing the clothes. Zainab is preparing the food. Huda cleans the house. The mother nurtured the children. Tudiru zawjatu al-bayta, the wife oversees or supervises or manages the house. Ta'khudhu al-mar'atu al-amilatu ar-ratiba. The working lady, al-amila, no? Ito yung mga career woman, no? Career woman gets her salary, gets the salary. Ar-ratib. Okay, so al-malabisa, tu'am al-bayta, al-awlad, al-bayta, ar-ratiba, ito ay mga object of the verb. So, ang exercise, da khattan tahta al-fi'l al-lazim. So, put underline the fi'l lazim, the verb that doesn't need any object. Wa khattayni tahta al-fi'l al-muta'addi, and 2 lines under verbs that needs object, no? Yan yung transitive. Okay. Next, ismul isyara. So demonstrative pronoun. So this demonstrative pronoun for proximate and for distant. Yung pangmalapitan at pangmalayuan. So usually, ang pagkakaiba ng malayuan dito is yung talagang hindi nakikita, no? Pag kaya pang ituro at medyo malapit pa, no? Ang ginagamit ay yung for proximate. So these are the for proximate things. Hada, this is. Kahit hindi mo siya hawak-hawak, tinuturo mo siya basta malapit lang, no? At hindi siya kita mo siya, no? So yun ay, ang gagamitin mo doon ay hada, no? If it's singular, masculine. Hadhihi, no? This is, no? Hadhihi kuratun, this is a ball. So hadhihi is used for singular feminine and also for plural, broken plural, no? Ligay akil, for things, no? For those we don't, for those that doesn't have any walang isip, no? Mga bagay, mga nouns na walang pag-isip. Huna lil makan. This is for place, no? Ana antadhiruka huna. Ana antadhiruka huna. I will wait for you here. No? I am waiting for you here. هذان للمثنى المذكر. So for dual naman, هذان طالبان ذكيان. These two students, these two male students are intelligent. هاتان, these two feminine. هاتان مدرستان جميلتان. These two teachers are beautiful. Haula, this is for plural form, no? Plural. Again, this is our for proximate. Same with masculine or feminine, haula. This for plural. Lil ba'id, for distant things, usually ito yung mga hindi mo kita. No? If you want to point to that. No? Dhalika. So it may mean an idea. No? Hindi rin nahawakan. No? Oh. So dhalika, o yung malayuan. Dhalika, tilka. Dhalika is for singular masculine. Tilka, katulad ng hadhihi for singular feminine and also for jam'ut taksir, ligayri akil, for broken plural, no? For things. Hunaka, for place, no? Pang malayuan. So hunaka, there. Sa nadhabu hunak, sa natasabak o sa najri o sa namshi ila hunaka, we will walk to there, not there. Hunaka, huna and hunaka. Okay, udros walahid, study and observe. Hadha qalamun wa hadhihi waraqatun. Hadha qalamun wa hadhihi waraqatun. This is a pen and this is a paper. Hadhihi kutubun madrasiyatun. These are, so ito, kutub is broken plural. These are school books, school textbook, school books. Al-faslu huna, the classroom is here. Hadhani talibani fi thanawiyah. These two students are in high school. Haulai abnai, these are my children. Dhalika qalamun wa tilka warakatun. That is a pen and that is a paper. Tilka aqlamun madrasiyatun. Those are school pens. Wal mukhtabaru hunaka, and the laboratory is there. Hatani talibatani fil mutawassita. These students are in the middle school. Haulai banati. Those are my daughters. Those are my daughters. Okay, I hope that's clear. Then exercise ashir lil asma' taliya. So you just use demonstrative pronoun for the following nouns, for the following words. Okay. Lastly is uslub an-nafi. So the negative. An-nafi khilaful ithbat. The negative is the opposite of affirmative. So there are affirmative sentences or positive. Then there's also a negative sentence. Wa adawatuha, and its tool. These are the tools of negative. It means when you see this, the sentence is in negative form. So these are ma, la, lan, lam, laysa. Again, if you see these words, ma, la, lan, lam, laysa. Okay, yung this ma, there's a interrogative pronoun. So that's not the ma that we are talking about. Example, masmuka, what's your name? So ma here is a negative particle used for past tense of the verb, for perfect tense of the verb usually. Okay, so let's study and observe. Odros walahid. So here is the here is the example. So let's study and observe. Hada basharun. This is a person. This is a person. Ma hada bashara. This is not a person. So, but this format, this is used when you are surprised. Ma hadha bashara. In huwa illa malakun karim. So this is not a person, this is an angel, a noble angel. So ito yung description nila kay Yusuf alayhi salam. Ma hadha bashara. Ja'at tabibu. The doctor arrived. Ma ja'at tabibu. Ma ja'at tabibu. The doctor did not arrive. Fil fasli muallimun. In the classroom is a teacher. Laysa fil fasli muallimun. There's no teacher in the classroom. Yaktubu talibu darsahu. The student writes his lesson. La yaktubu talibu darsahu. The student does not write his lesson. Yasumu Sa'idun al-yawm. Sa'id is fasting today. Lan yasuma Sa'idun al-yawm. Sa'id will never fast today or will not fast today. Aflah al-mu'minun. The believers are successful. Lam yaflih al-kafirun. The disbelievers were not successful. Al-kafiru zalimun li nafsihi. A disbeliever or the disbeliever is oppressing himself or transgressing himself. Laysa Allahu zaliman abdah. Allah is not, will never oppress his servant or will not oppress, dayain, no, or oppress ang kanyang alipin. Okay. So how will al-jumal al-muthbita at-taliya? Okay, al-muthbata. How will al-jumal al-muthbata at-taliya ila al-jumal al-manfi'a, jumalin manfi'atin kama fil mithal. So transform the affirmative sentences to negative sentences. Example, qara'tul qissata. I read the story. So you can use ma qara'tul qissata. I have not read the story. Lam aqra'il qissata. I did not read the story. Ma qara'tu al-qissata. I did not read the story. So that's how you transform it from positive to negative. And with that, alhamdulillah, for today, that will be our lecture. Now I will proceed and discuss your short quiz. Let me just end the screen sharing function. Okay. If you have any questions or clarification, just ask. So here is our quiz. So again, this quiz covers chapter 5 and 6. Okay. So in total, there are 40 points. So these are just 3 pages. Okay, please listen to the instruction. So أولاً القراءة. First is reading comprehension. اقرأ ما يلي ثم اختر الجواب الصحيح. So test 1 in the reading comprehension part. Read the following, then choose the correct answer. So these are multiple choice. So you may just encircle the letter of your answer. Okay. So that's the first passage have 3 questions. The second passage have 4 questions. The third passage have 5 questions. Then the last passage have 3 questions. Okay. ثانيا part 2 التراكيب والقواعد, construction and grammar. ضع علامة الصحيح بجانب الجملة الصحيحة وعلامة خطأ بجانب الخطأ. Put a check mark on the grammatically correct sentence. Put a check mark beside the grammatically correct sentence and an X mark on the grammatically wrong sentence. Then second part niya, test 2 niya, صحح الأخطاء في الكلمات التي تحتها خط. To correct the errors on the underlined words. So ano yung mali daw yan, so you just change it. ano yung tama. Then, ضع كل كلمة في مكانها المناسب في الجدول. Put each or put all the words in its proper place in the table. So, is it mufrad, singular? Is it musanna? Is it dual? Is it jama'? Is it plural? So, you just arrange these words in this table. Then, ثالثا, part 3, mufradat, vocabulary. Test 1, املأ الفراغ بكلمة من الكلمات التالية. Complete the blank or fill in the blank with a word from the following words. So just complete the fill in the blank lang to using the words provided. Then test 2, part 3, sil بين الكلمة وتعريفها أو شرحها. Match between the word and its definition or explanation. So matching type lang to. Then next test 3, sil بين كل كلمتين تأتيان معا. Match between the two words that comes together, that goes together. Then lastly, part 4, al-kitabah, writing. الكلمات التي تحتها خط كتبت خطأ صححها. The underlined words have been written incorrectly. So correct it. Okay. So in total, there's 40 points. So I hope that's clear. And you may start, you may download and answer your quiz and submit it up to 8 p.m. No? I have plenty of time. Okay. Any questions or clarification so far? Wala ba? Okay, so alhamdulillah. لو كان لا يوجد سؤال إذن نكتفي بهذا القدر اليسير فإن شاء الله نلتقي في الأسبوع القادم ويمكنكم الآن أن تبدأوا بإجابة التمرين. So you may start now answering your quiz and we will end our lesson today, alhamdulillah, and we will meet next week. So please, as I just reviewed, no, and also check your activities and assignments, marami sa inyo hindi nagsasubmit. No? So wag niyong ipunin. So kung wala na, kung may tanong kayo later, sa chat na lang natin. So you may start answering your quiz now. So maasalama. Ila liqa fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
وعليكم السلام.